finger and say that's the bad guy. I tell the truth even when I lie. Everybody say goodnight to the bad guy. You need people like me, so you can point the finger and say that's the...
I love that fucking song. This is the power of music, man. When you get the right groove, nostalgia or not, you're in a concert situation and the music comes out and grabs you, you're owned. That's the power of a great artist. Check out our community page because I talk about that. I hate perfect music because it's the antithesis of perfect. That song is not perfect, but it has power, and you could see me moving. I was just grabbed. Couldn't help myself. I love that song. Love it. God, I haven't heard that in a while. Great God. First time I heard that, Jesus Christ. What a great tune. And my old man was legitimately pissed. It's supposedly based on a story. One of their fans came, that was her name, I don't know if this is right, correct me, to one of their gigs with the dead fetus in a plastic bag, and she was nuts.
Hold that thought.
Sure.
Throbbing, squirm, gargling, bloody mess. I'm not a disgrace. I'm not a loss in protein. I'm not a throbbing squirm. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck it all, and fuck the fucking brat. She don't want a baby to look like that. I don't want a baby to look like that. Body, I'm not an animal, but I'm an abortion. I read those lyrics to point out. In this song, you can't tell if Johnny is pro-abortion or anti-abortion. You can't. It's just a song about abortion. And I don't know if this was done on purpose. I don't. But listening to the song, really, it hit me. I'm like, wait, are you pro-abortion? Or are you anti-abortion? Now, I'm not going to throw my politics out here because I'm quite sure you guys don't want to hear it, but I'm going to spill out a little bit. If you don't like it, just fast forward past this part. Yo, I'm pro women's rights. Women have the right to choose. I'll go on board saying that. Do I think abortion is cool? It doesn't matter because women have a right to choose. I feel like I don't have a right to tell a woman what to do as a man. So this song right here, I think straddles that fits very well. Johnny didn't come off saying oh, any woman that has an abortion should die. That's not the song. I didn't hear that in the lyrics. If I'm wrong, somebody point it out to me. But Johnny was yeah. He said she's a disgrace. All right. Even the first part where he said she's a disgrace.
I believe she was based on this one true individual.
See, that even makes more sense. That is a disgrace to have a
oh, it was. See, with me, I also support a woman's right. I don't think I think abortion is a very regrettable act, and I don't think it should be celebrated. But nonetheless, it is your right. It's your body, and you should you have to be able to do as you see fit.
In the first verse, insanity.
Yeah.
If you're saying Pauline was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. I can see this being controversial.
Oh, Jesus,
controversial. Yeah. Even now, but for me, I don't know. Maybe because I'm of a younger generation. Just a good song, man. I mean, it's a good song. I like the. I like the beat. I like the guitars.
Oh, the whole thing.
I like how Johnny came in.
Production's great.
Yeah.
It's raw.
It's a good song.
Raw.
But I can see how people can have sticks up their asses on this one. Props on the Sex Pistols for stepping out and doing something so controversial during that time. I think we should really give these guys their flowers for really pushing not even just the punk genre, but the music genre forward. Because let's be honest, man. This is a stepping stone to all the stuff you hear now. And once you get older, you probably will look back and be like, yeah, we was wild and this is gratuitous. But it's good to know that we all think the same.
This is not an easy song at all.
No, ain't that bad.
Well, I mean, in terms,
back then, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, talk about the playing, talk about what you want. Politically speaking, its theme, what have you today, whatever. This is not an easy song. This is a hard, thoughtful, difficult, one way or the other song. And it is powerful.
I'm not. I'm right there in the middle.
Really? Okay.
I think you can take whatever you want from this song.
I'm saying regardless of whether you're taking A or B, it is emphatic in its anger.
I think the topic's just taboo.
All right, fair enough.
It's like this, and I don't even understand why this is so taboo. I really don't. I can understand you have your strong beliefs either way, but overall, abortion is legal. It's not illegal.
Well, in Canada back in '78, abortion was legal, but it was a pain in the ass. You had a thing called a therapeutic abortion clinic, or committee rather, and you had to get the permission of a couple of doctors, and it was perfectly legal, but it was really an imposition on the woman. And there was a Quebec physician Dr. Henry Morgenthaler, who just said, fuck this, and open up some freestanding abortion clinics. So he was charged under the criminal code, which in Canada is always federal, but he kept on getting acquitted by juries. And it made the government of Quebec nuts, but not much they could do about it. I think he finally got convicted, and it got essentially a slap on the wrist. And then the Supreme Court, when they brought back the Constitution, the new one in 82, finally declared the law unconstitutional. And I don't know today, but I believe as of 86-ish, there isn't an abortion law in Canada at all.
It shouldn't be anywhere, in my opinion. But like, this is what I'm gonna say to the genius of Mr. Johnny Rotten. The only way to normalize something is by talking about it. So yes, is the subject matter in this song taboo? Yes. Is it hard to digest? Yes. But the only way you can move forward is by hearing it. It's just the same thing like with race conversations and everything. When people say we have to have the conversation, the thing is people don't want to talk about it because they feel uncomfortable. But you got to be like secure in being uncomfortable. Like me personally, I'm okay like having certain conversations. So look, I know I'm going to go in there and feel uncomfortable. So the beauty of this song is it makes you feel uncomfortable, whether you're for or against. It gives you a reason to talk about it. And I fucking love that. So on that note, I feel like such a Sex Pistol fanboy right now.
Hey,
but
man,
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
That's hard.
Okay, take all the hardness out of it. Good song. Like guitars and the drums, it just slaps. So take that out of it. But even for the cultural context of just being aware of like, I'm gonna talk about something taboo like this.
Yeah. Well,
7.5.
I cannot take away where I was, my late father. The first time he heard this, buying it, listening to it, reading about it in the press. I mean, I literally cannot separate that time in my life. And this is a 9 for me. This is just one of my favorite fucking songs. I love this song. Yes. But it is inextricably bound up in the social paradigm of that time and with memories. I mean, you saw me rocking to the tune, man. Even on its own as a song, I love that song.
Yeah, I thought like I thought some yeehaws was gonna come out. I thought I had to leave.
Gonna run! Yeah. Yeehaw!
Tell you, look, man, 5 yeehaws leave.
That's it.
Like, you don't want to be there
how
for
many
6
yeehaws before the black guy better get out of there?
Yeah, you don't want to be by the 6. You hear 5 yeehaws, guys, get the hell out.
Get out of there, man.
Yeah, you don't want to be there. But no, I don't even know if Johnny was thinking this far ahead. I have no point of reference to see how profound Johnny Rotten is. I don't.
Listen to some Public Image Limited, his later group.
Well, I'm just saying, me personally, I don't know yet. I haven't like dug into that. But maybe I'm actually reaching too much. Maybe Johnny didn't give a fuck. He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna make a song about abortion, and this is what it is. However, if he thought about this and actually like, you know what? I'm gonna start a conversation, you get even extra more kudos. It could be me once again saying that red apple is like an allegory and it's just really an apple. I don't know.
Sure.
Like, I could be looking more into it, but me being the year our Lord 2021, listen to this song now, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you did it back then, dude. Because one thing we don't give enough credence to is how hard it was to talk about certain issues and be certain things. Like, I was thinking about the civil rights thing. You was talking about James Baldwin.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff James Baldwin did, he was also gay.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about that.
No.
And the same thing with Freddie Mercury.
But Martin Luther King wouldn't talk about that.
No, that's the thing, right? That's one of my gripes against King.
Yeah.
Like, we tend to leave out Baldwin so much. Like, we talk about King, we talk about X, like two polar opposites.
Mm-hmm.
But Baldwin was right goddamn in the middle. He was the guy.
Did not you ever actually watch? I sent you the video. I'm Not Your Negro. I thought that was fabulous.
Profound. I just didn't like the narration from Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, I mean, I thought the whole thing was great.
But you know, even you read the Baldwin letters and stuff like that, like, it's a lot. Same thing with Freddie Mercury. Like, my gripe with the Queen biopic, the reason they didn't really touch on the fact that, look, man, coming out as openly gay and all the stuff he had to deal with, like being gay back then, like, we don't take that into consideration. And I'm looking at that now with Johnny had to go through the pressure and the pain even to put this out. Like, the record execs and everybody. So I give you
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever gone to a protest before and protested?
Come on, you know, I was at the Black Lives Matter protest here in Tokyo.
do you think I've ever done it?
Probably.
Once.
Yeah, I know, probably.
Yeah. Once. Do you know what it was for?
I don't know. What was it for?
In 1981, January, February, somewhere in there, the Toronto police had this massive raid against a slew of gay bathhouses in Toronto.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was like the Canadian Stonewall moment. Now, I'm not gay, and I don't go to protests ever, but I was offended by that. Not because the term they used was keeping a common body house, which is basically a brothel or a place where you allow sex to go on. And I was against that law, but that didn't bug me. What really bothered me, enough for the first time and only time in my life to go out there with a slew of really gay men for the most part. I'm not, but it was the unfairness, the capricious nature, this whole Nazi Orwellian state. These guys, the police, they all knew, everybody knew what was going on, and they just decided to be a bunch of fucking stormtrooper thugs, and I was not down with that. And that is the only time in my life I've ever protested. But I just thought, this is disgusting. I don't want to live in that country.
You know what? Look, man. First props on that. Because, when I protested for the Black Lives Matter thing here in Tokyo, I make sure I held up a sign saying Black, trans, and queer lives matter too.
Cool.
I'm totally with you on that. Look, I can't be like a part of a marginalized group and then say, hey, but fuck these guys over here. I can't do that. Like, either I'm pro-rights or I'm not. It's really easy. That simple. So, once again, you guys being banned for your songs and for your art. Look, man, I'm just a fanboy. Johnny, I love you, man. Like, seriously, you might be my spirit animal.
And just before we close, that's the most aggressive song on the album. The whole album, God Save the Queen, everything's aggressive. But that's my number 2 favorite cut. My number 1 favorite cut was left off the jacket, and it's called Submission. I'm on a submarine. And it's a very much more melodic, plaintive kind of quality to it. It's the polar opposite of Bodies, and I love that song too. So here's your task. You got to listen to it for me.
Oh, no, for you. I'm listening to my damn self.
Listen for yourself. Listen to Submission, Sex Pistols, Off Ball.
Yo, seriously, like, I told you I'm coming out with an album this year, right?
Yeah.
And when I'm doing music and being creative, because I'm a rapper, I tend not to listen to rap. And that's by design because I don't want to copy the rap I listen to. So for me recently, like making new beats and stuff like that, I've been drawing for punk. So this is like awesome.
I want to mention something to you. Last night, for the first time in probably almost a year, I watched our video for Inagata Davida. So here's my challenge to you. This was not pre-planned. You mentioned, remember that Eric Braun, that famous guitar lick that I just dug so much?
Yeah.
And you thought it sounded like a scream? I want you to sample it.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
That's it.
We'll see if UMG will clear it for me. All right. Anyway, we out, guys. The song is about abortion, but I'm not really mad about that because it needs to be commonplace and talked about. We always talk about, we need to come together and talk. And then when it's time to talk, you know what happens? We puss out. Because we suckers. In general, everybody are knuckle-dragging, bottom-feeding haters, and you don't really mean what you say. You just give lip service. So, shout out to the Sex Pistols for actually going out there and opening up the conversation. I'm pretty sure I don't have no reference for this. I may be lying. I'm not an anthropologist because y'all old as hell, but I'm quite sure this song made a lot of people talk about abortion. And God damn it, that's awesome. Johnny, just the man, bruh.
You need people like me, so you can point the finger and say that's the bad guy. I tell the truth even when I lie. Everybody say goodnight to the bad guy.